Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to beat Count Geonor and the Putrid Wolf in Path of Exile 2. So this guide will work for any class. I'm playing as a Sorceress, which is probably the worst choice due to all the cold damage. But if you have anything that's going to resist ice, I would recommend wearing that for this fight, because it's going to make this fight a whole lot better. If you can get your resistance up to 40%, that's probably the best choice. I only had about 10% frost resistance here, so that wasn't very ideal. But the dodge roll timing is important. Now, when you see him put down this sword there, don't go anywhere near it. And these dive bomb attacks where the red ring goes around the ground is actually the hardest to avoid. He's going to summon in some mobs, so if you have a health potion that restores after you take out enemies, that's going to be really good for this fight, because there's going to be a lot of adds that you have to take care of. Now, for the most part, it's just getting away from that diving attack near the start, because that just hits really hard, especially when he's in his wolf form. If you got anything that can freeze him, that still will work, although it does take a little bit longer to stack that up against him. Placing down your damage over times is going to be ideal to be able to get some damage in, because a lot of the time you're going to be dodge rolling. So for this, I put down a lot of flame walls here, as well as the lightning ball to be able to deal damage over time, as we're just avoiding his attacks. Now, once he turns into the Geonor, the Putrid Wolf, he does a few different attacks commonly, and they're actually pretty easy to avoid. So this one here, you're going to see these light pillars. They have a large radius, so you actually want to get a little bit further away from them than you think. And now for this fight, this attack, you're going to see the little light on the ground. So if you're a Sorceress, some of the attacks that you do will actually disguise this, so that's not ideal. But you can see there, I was able to dodge roll away from that attack. Whenever you see him jump up in the air, it's a good idea just to get moving away from it. If you got boots that increase your movement speed, that'll help too. Now the mobs, this is the worst part. Whenever you see that you're going into this phase, if you have anything that deals damage over time, place that on the ground, and you're going to want to dodge roll away and kind of kite them away from you, but watch out for Geonor there, because he's going to be the one that deals the most damage to you. The other mobs here will just get in your way, so it's best to just try and kite them in a way that you don't get hit by them. But what's nice too is you can actually replenish your health potions if you have a rare one that's going to replenish on taking out enemies, so that was nice because I was able to get a heal back from that. But once he goes into the second phase, you gotta watch out for that diving attack. It's really hard to dodge. I found that to be the most difficult attack in his arsenal, alongside this one, because it's kind of hard to see at times, but as long as you stay away from where the ground is icy, you won't get hit. Now, he only is going to do these 3 attacks, as well as attack in a front cone in front of him, so just avoid that whenever he's going. You'll see him charge up. Here he dropped it. I was able to freeze him in time, so I was able to get a few extra hits in and drop some damage over time attacks so that I could get him while he's doing his other attacks. But don't go into the ice that he leaves behind. It'll actually slow you down. You see my character is moving a lot slower there, and that makes this whole fight a whole lot worse. So don't get frozen, because he's going to bring out the mobs once again. And when you have to deal with those, it's just a pain in the rear to deal with. So you don't want to get slowed down, and you don't want to get hit with that attack there. But again, for this fight, it's just about dodging and moving away from him, and then he'll summon in his clones again. So I skipped one of the mob phases. The second phase, there's more enemies, but same tactics apply. Place your damage over times and do any attacks that you can that hit in a large radius, because you don't have a huge arena here. But this is the final part. He does have these attacks that come from the sky that you got to watch out for. They're pretty easy to dodge, but he only does it when he's below around 25% health, so that's something to watch out for. But once you get that cleared, he's just going to come jumping back down again, and you'll just have to deal with him. And he's not as hard this time. He's going to follow up with these attacks, the same ones that he's been using, but he'll follow it up with that red attack with the beam from the sky. And that one's also pretty easy to avoid, because you can see them, and if you're standing where they're going to strike, just dodge roll away from them. Again, they also have a larger radius, so that is how to beat Geonor, the Putrid Wolf, and Count Geonor in Path of Exile 2. If you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button below.